Hello. It's been a hair over a year since getting my Kathmandu, my Cube Kathmandu 62545, a bike that I have really come to love after having my Rad Rover. But there is one thing that I miss. We're going to talk about that in a second. Hi, I'm Arnie, and this is eBike Advocate. Here I make videos on e-bikes, go for rides. If you're into any of that, why don't you consider subscribing? Just click that big red subscribe button and click that like bell, or click that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever we put up new content. Now, it really does help my channel. It's been a while since I've recorded, so your help would be appreciated. Make sure you click that subscribe button and the bell. So anyway, the thing that I miss most from my Rad Rover is the front rack and basket. Obviously, if there's not one on here, and with the shock forks, it has proven difficult to find something that would work for this bike. As you know, the Rad Rover mounts the basket, the rack and the basket, to the head tube here, and that's great. But I don't have that capability, so I've been looking for something that would work with this forks, and I think I have found it. Now there are two manufacturers that make a rack for this type of setup. I chose the Topeak Tetra Rack M1, and it's interesting that it mounts directly to the fork. There's nothing that goes to the frame of the bicycle, so this is going to be interesting. It does look like it's going to be, it looks like it's going to work. We're going to find out over the next couple of videos. Today we're just going to talk about this a little bit and mount it, see how easy it is. It's really adjustable from what I've been able to tell. So let's dive into this and see what we get from it. So now, before I get started, if you're interested in finding something like this is for mountain bike. And although mine isn't a mountain bike, it does have the shock fork, so that's what I went with. It has a max capacity of 22 pounds, 10 kilograms if you're in Canada or elsewhere. It's made of aluminum. It fits a wheel size 26 to 29 inches and a tire width of less than or equal to 2.8 inches. So it wouldn't work with a fat bike. And then front fork width is anywhere from 115 to 145 millimeters wide. So let's just open this up real quickly, get this out of here. Nothing in it but the rack itself. There's a little bit of, what the heck is that? I don't know what that is. Some kind of an attachment. Don't know. We'll find out together, I guess. So this, I'm just going to rip this off. I'll worry about the zip tie later. Looks pretty substantial. It's all aluminum. It has some plastic bits on the adjusting parts and on the mounting. And so you're going to have Velcro, and this is going to strap over the fork. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unfasten these Velcro strips and just kind of push them down through here, and this little, I don't know what you want to call this little loop here will come off, and we'll do that on all four of them. And that's obviously what's going to hold the rack onto the fork. And before I do any other adjustments, I'm going to see if that will work just like that. You can expand it outwards and inwards depending on what you need. And you can also move it in and out depending on what you need with regard to the wheel spacing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to see how this works on here. Maybe I won't have to do any adjustments because this is pretty narrow. So I've mounted this, and this is something I don't think you'd want to see me struggle with. Not that it was that big a struggle, but still, this Velcro wraps around and you tighten that down. And then there's this hex screw here that you're going to tighten to even make it, incrementally tighter. And there's one down below here too that does the same thing. For me, this was pretty straightforward. I didn't have to adjust this portion of it here to make it flat. It came out perfectly, and I didn't have to do anything else. I didn't have to adjust it to make it wider. It just fit. You may have to do a little bit more work than I have done. I'm going to tighten these up, and it should be ready to go. It's even without tightening everything up, it is remarkably stable. I mean, of course, I'm just kind of shaking it a little bit here, but I think this is going to be a nice addition to the bike. I have a Topeak bag that's going to go on here, and it'll allow me to, carry my camera gear along with me on my rides. You can see that's getting a little blown out there in the background. So, hey, I will let you know how this fares over time. But right now, I'm pretty doggone thrilled with this addition. We'll see how it goes. Topeak Tetra Rack M1. Thanks for watching through. This is the first one of these I've done in quite some time. I realize it wasn't probably my best one, but hey. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Make sure, again, that helps the channel so much if you will subscribe, share it, click that bell icon, do all those kind of good things, leave comments. Every little bit helps. Thanks so much. We will see you in the next one. Maybe it'll be a ride. Thanks a lot.